Welcome to for the parts of CI crash courses. Today in this tutorial I wanted to show how to edit and delete data from these panels of data student, how to insert student, then add one button on this and add. Let us start. Okay, first go to student list and the back, click this here, then div class card, div class card, div class card header, h4 list of students, save, refresh, then copy this, cut this and paste around this and refresh it. Yes, then make someone py. I wanted to move once from top of menu, so I say py3, save. Exactly. Okay, then come back on this and make href anchor tag href hash add new, then class btnb btnsm btn primary float to int, save. Then this. After that I make this button add php echo base url add underscore student, save, copy this and come back on config route, then control work on this route, add student controller slash add student semicolon, then copy in student controller public function add student, then copy this, copy paste, then remove this, then come back add student, save, copy, then come back on view student, right click new php file, add student, then this add student page, save, then come back on this and refresh, click here because I have no remove index.php, so let us remove index.php from php from if I add this on index.php, then remove, yeah, because I wanted to remove this index.php from my code. First you can get this from descriptions how to remove then codes. Let us copy from Google Google how to let's copy this from other projects or previous projects. Come back on C htdocs, and then for example an bf application ht access for this, and come back on this in application, paste, replace. Okay, come back on this and then copy this, come back on CI crash, paste out. Then if I want, I refresh this, then I removed it. Then you can get this in description below, in the description video, in this video descriptions, or in as how to remove ht.index.php from CodeIgniters. So let us design how editing students. Okay, first come back on this CI, go view the student, add a student, get bootstrap, then on bootstrap document search form, then form, come back the copy this form, copy this, and come back div class container, div class card div class card header, add a student form, div and paste, or div class card body, and save, refresh our projects. Yeah, exactly. Then I wanted to UI3, save, then make this two student registration form first, then full name, delete this, email, remove this, then come back on database, localhost php, come back on database, php for CI crash, CIDB crash, student, structure, full name, email, class, full name, email, type text, name, full underscore name, come back and copy and paste. Let's make this is class can be drop down select, select class form control option value, select class, then option value 1 class 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 class. This is static, but I can change this next dynamic to this, and first then class 1, class 2, class 2. After that, submit btns save. After that, save class, not class action, in action, come back php echo base url, add save student. This is pass animated post, save, then type this is text or make email, then save this, save, copy this and come back on student controller public function, then result is equal to this db this student model v save student semicolon if result redirect to where redirect to add let's go to student semicolon else was redirected to this. For this, let make session this session set flash data success msg, this is variable successfully student added student semicolon copy and error msg message not msg failed to add a student, then save, come back on this and on model public function v this name is come from this, right click copy, this is come from add student, this copy, then v data is equal to array full name this input post full underscore name, comma d, control D, then email class is there the other status, then make status default 1, semicolon, query is equal to this input this db, insert a student table, this is table name, comma data, if query return true, else return false. Save. Okay, come back, copy, save student, and come back on route, control D, save student, then make this public, first name Bona, email Bona at gmail.com, class 3, save. But say cannot read declare. Okay, say error student, add student model, this student is not made it, come back, save, class cannot be null. Okay, I wanted to make class, the name of class cannot similar to that, then add class, where is class name, name is equal to class, save. Okay, refresh, Bona at gmail.com, class 3, save. And add student, when I want to refresh database, I go to exactly, so I come back on edit this, then come back on student, when I click student, let's refresh, then I go to this, let's make this on list student, when I click this, I go to this, how to make that, first control D, list underscore student, then list student, save, copy, student control D, then come back on this, get a student, then save, then come back on navbar, and this, then on student, base URL, list underscore student, save, refresh, click, yes, I got it. When I click this, list student, so for that, then come back and go to add to list student, when if it is true, need to list the student, then refresh, add, for example, John at gmail com class 7 at yeah, exactly. I wanted to edit this, edit and delete. It's very easy. So how to make it? Come back on list student, then make edit student. I'm on route, control D option, copy, then after that any, then forward slash $1, say this is edit student. It's called edit student, it's capital edit student. Copy, come back on this public function, edit student by ID, then come on add student, copy all this, paste, then add change into edit, then save, copy this, paste, edit student, edit, then come to on controller this or data of student semicolon is equal to this db or student model, not just student model, get student by ID, then ID, save, come back on this data, save, then copy this, copy, come back on student model, then public function, paste ID, this db, select student, select all, this db from student, this db where student underscore id, comma id, save, query or return this db get, after get row, only one row, save, then control A, format code, save. This is student table, the name of table. Come back on this student table, this copy, then come back on model, right click and paste, student id is the column name, student id, then save and return a row, come back on student, then value, php echo variable of this variable, student variable, and pass on data, and edit student, get this the first full name, full underscore name, then come back on email value, php echo student email. Okay, save. After that, come back on edit student, but say email because of this email. Save, refresh. Yes, exactly. Then ed add form change into update. student form, then change into update, then this primary into warning. Save. Exactly. Okay, then after that I want to make this is update student, update student, copy this code, then come back on route, control D, then paste, change editing to update, then come back on controller, copy, then duplicate this, similar to this, not like that, then paste. After paste, this is by id successfully student updated student failed to update student, then come back on list, then add student, back on add student, then copy. This is on edit, then it is require one parameter, that is student, and the student underscore id, save, then come back on controller, copy this, double click, copy, and come back on model, duplicate this, save student, then replace the id, then come back student, this db where the student underscore id comma this id, save, query, update student, if true, then else this. Okay, for update, refresh back on this, and Bona John, edit John Doe, then class 6 update, here is John Doe at Gmail, yeah, update, yeah, John Doe. Okay, exactly this I want. So let us show now email, changing this into email value, change into email. For example, edit this John at Gmail, then update class 3, exactly Bona. Okay, thank you for editing. Come back and delete, come back on delete student, then control route, control D, delete student, change this update into delete student, copy this, come on controller, then D, control D, paste, then paste the id, copy, come back on model, then this public function or function only, public function, paste by id, this db where student underscore id comma id query return or query, for example check query is equal to this db delete the student row return if query return true else return false. Save. After that, come back on controller, then successfully deleted, failed to delete, then SMS delete, then let's check this delete. Wow. Then after I wanted to make alert on this, on click confirm return confirm. Are you sure? Are you sure wanted to delete this student? If okay, you can delete. Others, are you sure wanted to delete this student? No, it's okay. After that, making this the latest check the candidates. Okay. Wow, deleted. Edit. Change into class 6. Update. Okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please come back. Let us come back on next tutorial. Bye bye. Bye.